Colorado, where your Highland Hills Midget white team is going to go up against the Arvada black team in the CRHL Centennial Cup tournament. I know we played this team. I looked up the score and I've completely forgotten it. I believe we lost by 1, possibly 2. I seem to remember it was a close game, however it fell out. If I remember, it might have even been in the Ian Tuttle tournament, if I remember right. So we have 13 plus Charlie in net. That's Charlie in the black stealth jersey. I'm guessing there's a set of jerseys sitting at Charlie's house, feeling neglected. We do play again this evening at 8:15, right back here against the Hyland Gray. The Gray team actually just played on this ice before this game. They lost 1-0 to the San Luis Valley. Something, I don't remember what their mascot is. Charlie will be in net since Andrew is still recovering from the broken collarbone. See, we're missing. So we're missing Andrew. We're also missing Colin, still recovering from the knee injury. Trying to see. I think we have everybody else. So, 15 minutes on the clock, and we'll start off taking the face off. Tied up in the middle, Bion pushes it into the offensive zone. Boomer sends it deep into their end. A shot from Ian comes out in front. Bam with the follow-up and 2 saves by the goalie. It's a great start for your Jags. So for those of you that are with us in the spring, off the face-off, Bam gets it to Viome and it's taken away and brought out to neutral, dumped into our zone. Ian pushes it along the near boards. It goes back to the corner. Austin picks it up behind the net and throws it forward, but it's blocked. Comes out to Bam. He passes up to Ian, who drags it through center ice. Arvada turns it around. Coming through neutral ice and a band on the shot. I believe that's Logan Brown, who was teammates with a lot of this Jags team on the High Plains Spring High School League. Lewis with the steal, passes up to Ian. Ian passed to Maddox, tipped it into the offensive zone. Lewis picks up the loose puck, ends up behind the net. Wesley with the steal, gets it to the side of the net, shot goes behind the net. Lewis with the steal behind their net, passes out to Wesley. He throws it back to Lewis. Oh, just missed Maddox at the side of the net. Arvada sends it out to the blue line. Bryant turns it around at center, skates in the offensive zone. A shot and a pad save by the goaltender, sent to the far corner. Arvada skating out to neutral. Bring it into our zone. Noah sends it to the near boards. Dumped in behind our net. Bryant chases it to the far corner. Arvada comes out with the puck. Out to neutral. They push it back in, offsides. Noah brings it up the near boards and dumps it in the offensive zone. Arvada skating through neutral into our end. Shot blocked by Nick into the near corner. Sent behind our net. And in front, I don't know if that hit Charlie or the Arvada player. Bryant ends up with it behind the net, skating out to the neutral zone. He passes over for Henrik. Henrik gets it in the offensive zone. Has it poke checked away, and Arvada comes back through neutral into our zone. Nick breaking up the play in the slot. Sent to the side of the net. Charlie trying to cover, pushes it behind the net. Austin ties up with the player. The puck comes free. And a shot blocked. Kept in our zone. Henrik with the steal. Chips it out to neutral. Where Arvada picks it up. Henrik keeps it in the offensive zone. Zeke fighting for it in the corner. Puck comes free. Henrik picks it up off the end boards. Wraparound attempt and a save by the goaltender. Henrik regains the puck, tries to send it out front, and it's blocked. He finally sends it around the end boards to Boomer, and he sends it to the corner. Send up the near boards and out to neutral. There's tips and no icing. Arvada comes into the zone, picks up the puck in the corner. Boomer kicks it up the near boards. Turned around along the near boards. Kept out of the zone, comes into Austin. Austin skates it to the neutral zone. Drop pass to Boomer. Wasn't expecting it. Regroups behind our net. Throws it off the near boards, or far boards. Arvada keeps it in our zone. Shot blocked by Austin. Ooh, that probably could have been a trip, but no whistle, so we'll keep going. Arvada playing it down along their blue line, dumps it into our zone. Austin picks it up along the end boards. His pass hit a skate. Comes to Bam. Bam skating it into the neutral zone. In the offensive end, around the defender, and a shot and a save by the goaltender. Follow up. Another shot and another save by the goaltender. Viome fighting for the puck at the crease. Looks like Bryant's going to go to the box. 2 minutes for roughing. 9:43 left in the first period, still scoreless. We'll be going on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. Bryant isn't usually the offender on the penalty, so it's interesting. Lewis on the face-off, wins it back. Nick sends it up the near boards. It's stopped and thrown to the slot. Henrik brings it out, dumps it through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Arvada picks it up along the end boards. Thrown off the near boards. Lewis swiping at it at the blue line. Maddox throws it back into the offensive zone. 1:30 left in the penalty kill. Arvada bringing it out of their zone. Maddox pressuring. Behind our net, out front. Lifting the stick at the right time. Lewis keeping them from getting a shot off. Maddox has his stick taken away. Lewis chipping at it along the near boards. It comes back into their zone. Puck sent into our end. Nick sends it to the near boards. And out to neutral. Lewis fighting for it and sends it farther into the neutral zone. Arvada comes back into our zone. Henrik with a poke check in the corner. Arvada regains the puck, brings it out front. It stops, a shot and a save by Charlie. Another shot. Charlie lost his glove. Interesting. But with 7:54 left in the first period, Arvada goes up 1-0. Noah on the faceoff. Noah pushes it forward. Hands it to Zeke. They get into the offensive zone. Tied up in skates. Comes free. Arvada turns it around. Passes up the far boards. Austin with the steal. Sends it back in the offensive zone. Throwing off the far boards. Arvada turns it around. Skating out of their zone. Into our zone. A shot goes wide. And I don't know how, but it went in. So 6:56 left in the first, and Jags find themselves down by 2. I'm not sure what happened. Bam on the faceoff. Wins it back to Austin. To the near corner center and passes. Guillaume sends it back to the boards. Nick throws it down the ice. It'll be icing with 6:28 left in the first period. Off the face-off, Bryant throws it around the end boards. Comes out to neutral. Guillaume picking up the loose puck in the neutral zone. It's sent to the corner. Bam keeps it in the offensive zone. Gets it up to Guillaume. Guillaume with a shot over the net. Ian sends it back behind their net. Puck comes out to neutral. Bryant turns it around, passes back up for Guillaume. Guillaume passes to Nick, who sends it out to neutral zone for Wesley. Wesley passes across to Guillaume, but misses. It comes in the offensive zone. Guillaume picks it back up, skating out of the corner. Pass intercepted. And Arvada sends it through neutral. It'll be offside, or I'm sorry, icing. With 5:11 left in the first period. Lewis on the face-off. Wins it to Wesley. Wesley with a shot and a save by the goaltender. Maddox digging for it. And the whistle. Goaltender has it covered. 4:42 left in the first. Lewis on the face-off. Tied up. Puck comes back to Boomer. He throws it towards the net. It hits skate. Wesley picks it up on the opposite side, throws it wide of the net. Boomer keeping it in the offensive zone, throws it towards the net, tipped wide. Arvada picks it up behind their net, skating out. Comes out of the zone. Wesley sends it right back in around the defenders. Throws it out to the slot, but it's intercepted. Lewis sends it right back behind the net. Puck comes up the far boards. Austin sends it back to the corner. Arvada throws it down the ice. Say no icing. Boomer picks it up along the end boards. Gets it to the blue line and out to the neutral zone. Skates it in the offensive end. Backhand shot, bouncing in the crease, and it's sent out and down the ice. And it'll be icing with 3:20 left in the first period. The Jags still down 2-0. Yeah, but I didn't want to shoot from up there. Like, just bad angles. Arvada sends it around the end boards. Comes out to neutral. Bryant with the steal in neutral zone. His pass intercepted at the blue line. Zeke digs for it off the near boards, and a shot and a save by Charlie. Hangs on with 2:38 left in the first. Noah turn on the face-off. Arvada controls. Centering pass intercepted by Noah. He gets it out to neutral. Bryant chips it along the boards, and Henrik drags it in the offensive zone. Throws it to the slot. Gets right to Zeke. Gets it out front. A shot, and Henrik with the goal! The goaltender made the first save, and Henrik picked up the rebound and chipped it in. So with 1:52 left in the first period, the Jags cut the lead to 1. Bam on the faceoff. Wins it back for Nick. Nick sends it off the far boards into the offensive zone. It's turned around, dumped back into ours. Bryant stopping in the far corner. Throws it off the far boards for Guillaume. He tips it up for Bam. Bam into the offensive end, throws the shot wide. Ian throws it towards the net. Arvada with the steal. Bam with a nice poke check. Guillaume with the steal. Regains the puck behind the net, throws it in front. Bam with a shot that goes just wide. Lifted the puck, but just outside the post. They send it down for icing with 43 seconds left in the first period. We might get one more puck drop here. Bam on the face-off. Puck comes free to the near boards. Guillaume digging for it. Boomer keeping in the offensive end, and it comes out to neutral. 10 seconds left in the first period. Maddox chasing down the Arvada player. Austin tipping the puck back out to neutral. Guillaume pushes it forward. Bam chips it along the far boards. The time's expired on the first period. Jags 1, Arvada 2. Off the face-off, Austin behind our net throws the puck up the far boards, chip to the corner, comes back to Austin, passes up to Lewis, tips it out to neutral. Arvada sends it back into our zone. Austin picks it up, passes over for Nick. Nick passes up for Wesley. He chips it off the far boards into the offensive zone. And it goes into the near corner for the puck. Throws it in front. Wesley had his stick lifted at just the wrong time. Bryant with the turnaround shot goes wide. Hendrick digging forward along the boards. Puck brought out of the zone. Bryant pokes at it. Comes free. Zeke comes into the zone. A shot and a glove save by the goaltender. He hangs on with 13:49 left in the second period. Bryant behind the net with the puck. Throws it off the far boards. Noah sweeps it into the offensive zone. Puck comes up the near boards. Hendrick picks it up. Pushes, comes back to Nick. He throws it around the end boards. Chipped out to neutral. Bryant racing back to defend. Backhand shot. Charlie sweeps it to the near boards. Another shot and another save by Charlie. Bryant chips at it to the near end boards. Ties up the player. Arvada brings it out of the corner. And it comes out to neutral. Comes back to our blue line. Nick sends it through the neutral zone into the offensive end, but it'll be icing. With 12 minutes left in the second period, still 2-1 Arvada. Austin on the faceoff. I'm sorry, Bam on the faceoff. Arvada throws it through the slot to the far corner. Boomer chips it up the boards to neutral. Arvada turning it around at their blue line. Brought it into our zone. A shot blocked by Austin. Arvada regains the puck. Centering pass out of the corner, bouncing at the blue line. And Ian swipes it through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Passed off the far boards. Arvada regrouping, skating through neutral into our zone. Nice poke check in the slot. Viome picks up the loose puck. Sends it to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Long shot and a stick save by Charlie. Viome chips it off the far boards out to neutral. Arvada throws it into the ref. Puck comes up through Viome, tied up at the blue line. Bam drags it forward into the offensive end, throws it just wide of the net. I think the goaltender got a piece of that one. Arvada sweeps it up the far boards, and it'll go all the way down the ice for icing with 10:26 left in the second. Lewis on the faceoff. Sends it to Bryant. This shot is blocked. Thrown up the far board. Lewis dumps it behind the net. Maddox ties up the player. Arvada comes up the near boards with the puck. Chip off the near boards. Wesley trying to get up to Lewis. He's tied up. Maddox into the corner to help out. Wesley's pass comes out to the neutral zone. Bryant back to play the puck off the far boards for Lewis. Lewis drags it into the offensive zone. Pass up the far boards. Wesley keeping in the offensive zone. And it's chipped back out to neutral. Nick turns around. Pass to Lewis, just misses. Goes into the offensive zone. Chipped up the boards. Henrik picks up the loose puck. And it's sent right back out to neutral. Bryant turns it around. Stopping in our zone. Passes to Henrik. Henrik pushes it to the offensive zone. A shot, a glove save by the goaltender. He hangs on with 8:45 left in the second period. Noah on the face-off. Arvada comes out with the puck, chipping it off the far boards into our zone. Then a shot off the post. It comes out to neutral zone. Puck finally comes out. Henrik lost the handle. Boomer keeps it out momentarily. Austin sends the puck into the corner. Arvada trying to get it out front, hit Noah's skate. And Henrik swipes at it, tips it up into the bench. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. 7:28 left in the second period. Bam on the face-off. Wins it back to Boomer, passes across to Austin, passes up to Ian, brings it out of our zone, tipped up into the netting. Lorraine with the assist. Bam taking the face off. 6:50 left in the second period. Arvada picks it up, skates into our zone. Behind our net. Pass across, hit a skate. Comes out to neutral. Arvada regrouping. Bam with the steal in the neutral zone. Walks it in the offensive end. Puck comes loose. Passed up the far boards. Boomer with a shot, goes wide, comes back out in front though. Guillaume with the steal in their zone. Bam, the shot, Ian with the shot, and it's saved by the goaltender. 6 minutes left in the second period, keeping it 2-1. Lewis on the face-off. Arvada comes out of their zone with the puck into ours. Forced to the end boards. Pass out to the top of the slot. Shot and a toe save by Charlie. And he covers. 5:27 left in the second period. Logan taking a shot on his former teammate. Lewis taking the face-off. Sends it to the near boards for Nick. It's sent across, out to neutral. Maddox sends it past Arvada player into their zone, sends it out front. Not able to get a shot off. Lewis sends it back to the end boards. Puck tied up in the corner. Maddox throws it out front, hit a body. Arvada sends it up the far boards into neutral. Tied up at the blue line. Arvada bringing it up the near boards. Lewis with the steal. Takes a slash. Puck comes to Bryant. There's a hook. Bryant out of the corner, throws it in front. And there's a whistle. 96 for Arvada is going to go to the box. For the slash. Slash is a pretty hard one to argue against. I mean, it either happened or it didn't. Not sure what 52's trying to justify there, but Noah on the face-off. Wins it to Zeke. Zeke tries to get it out front. It hits his skate. Arvada chips it out and down the ice. 1:46 left in the power play. Austin skates it out from behind our net. Pass out to Noah, chips it into the offensive zone. Noah drags it out of the corner, hit a skate, goes behind their net. Sent off the far boards all the way down. Since we're on the power play, no icing, 1:23 left in the power play. Austin skating it out. Pushes it into the offensive zone. The shot through the crease goes up the far boards. Boomer keeping in the offensive zone. Long shot. Zeke with the chip in. Zeke with the goal. Tie it up at 2 with 2:30 left in the second period. So we'll be back to 5-on-5, tied at 2. Bam taking the face off. Sent into the offensive zone. Arvada turns it around, brings it back into ours. Bryant with his poke check. Ian sends it out to the neutral zone for Bam. Bam skating in the offensive end. Throws it in front. Guillaume had his stick lifted. Couldn't get a shot off. Puck comes out to neutral. Bryant passes it across for Nick. Throws it off the near boards for Bam. Bam dumps it in the offensive end. Guillaume ties up the player in the corner. He took the worst of the hit. Puck sent back to the far corner. Guillaume ties up the player. And the puck comes, or there's a whistle. Not sure who's going to the box for a body check. Might be Guillaume. So it'll be a 2-minute power play. There's 40 seconds left in the second period. A lot of explanation. So will be a 2-minute power play, except we're not going to get a puck drop before time expires on the second period. So we will go to the third period tied at 2. And your Jags will start shorthanded for 2 minutes. I apologize. I did not realize I was muted again. That's my fault. 7:46 left in the third period. 1:10 left in the power play. Jags down by 1. Looks like Bam and our Arvada player both going to the box. Thank you for pointing it out. I appreciate it. 1:08 left in the power play. Face-off will be in the neutral zone. Just 5-on-4. If you don't want 4, just let them play with 3. That's fine. Lewis on the face-off. Fast forward. Turned around at the blue line. Lewis with a poke check gets the puck to Maddox. His shot hit his skate. Comes back to Wesley. He throws it behind their net. Lewis picks it up. Plays it back behind their net again. Passes back for Nick, and a long shot blocked. That didn't feel good. 40 seconds left in the power play. Poked into the offensive zone. Nick lost the handle. Arvada regains the puck. Arvada throws it out to neutral. Bryant skates along the blue line. They're off sides. It's kicked back for Maddox, who jumps it into the offensive zone. 20 seconds left in the power play. Lewis blocking the pass. It goes right to the goaltender, who covers. Well, the stoppage is 6:49 left in the third. 14 seconds left in the power play. Lewis on the face-off. Gives it back to Wesley. Passes back for Bryant. Bryant sends it up for Wesley. Throws it on goal. Right in front. Zeke with another shot. And we get the whistle. 2 seconds left in the power play. .637 left in the third period. Lewis on the face-off again. Wins it back to Bryant. His shot tipped wide. Comes to Zeke. Sends it off the end boards. Penalty has expired, so we're back on 5-on-5 hockey. Nick keeps in the offensive zone. And Arvada with the steal brings it back out to neutral. Dump in hit. Goes right to Bryant. He keeps forcing the puck forward. Turns it around in the neutral zone, skates in the offensive end, a long shot, blocked in front. Comes to Zeke, he throws it on goal, it's loose in front. And the goaltender covers. 6:03 left in the third period. Jags down by 1. No on the face-off. Sweeps it to the near boards. Henrik digging for it. Here comes free. Henrik tips it to the corner. Arvada throws it up the near boards and out to neutral. Skates it into our zone. Austin sweeps the puck away. Are you kidding? Zeke, what are you doing? That's not what we want to see. Come on, boys. So Arvada's players sent to the locker room. I'm sure Zeke is being sent too. Yeah. A lot of discussion about what the penalties are going to be. I'm sure the player that was sent off the ice and Zeke are done for the day and probably for the weekend. .542 is the time left on the clock. Down by 1. Glad Zeke wants to stand up for Austin, but time and place. Apologies to Heidi, who's in the box recording all the penalties. And shout out to Sonia Brown, who helped us out with the clock, since I neglected to assign somebody to run the clock, but she graciously stepped in to help us out. It's a lot of discussion. My guess would be that we come out with a 2-minute power play, but it also depends a lot on what was said on the ice. And sometimes the chosen adjectives by the players result in more penalties, so hard to say. Eventually, we'll find out. Be curious to see the score sheet after this game. Now we get to explain it all to our Arvada coaching staff. So they put a 4-minute penalty on for Arvada on the board. We might get to hear the whole Rumors album before this is done. Which I'm sure hearing Fleetwood Mac over this YouTube video will play havoc with the copyright algorithms. So it looks like Zeke is getting sent to the locker room. So each lost a player. Bam taking the face off. We have a 4-minute power play. Tipped out to neutral. Arvada into our zone, shot over the net. Bouncing out to neutral. Bam picking it up, chipping along the far boards into the offensive zone. Sent back to Henrik along the far boards. Pushed it to the corner. Arvada steals. Henrik with a shot blocked to the end boards. Ties up the player. Ooh, sent on goal. Bouncing behind the goal. Viom digging for it. Throwing off the near boards and down the ice. Comes off the end boards and the net. Austin bringing it out from behind our net. Pass up to Bam. Bam skates in the offensive end. Lost the handle, chipped back out for Austin in the neutral zone. Throws it back into the offensive end and sent all the way down the ice. 4:40 left in the third period. Austin throws it behind our net for Boomer. Boomer skating up the near boards. Chips it in the offensive end. Moves it out of the corner through the slot. And it's tipped out to neutral. Arvada bringing it into our zone short-handed. Shot goes over and around the net boards. 2:30 left in the power play. Puck loose and Boomer with a shot that goes over the net. Comes to Austin along the far boards. He throws it to the corner. Henrik brings it off the boards out front. It's loose. Lewis to Wesley and in behind the goaltender to tie it up at 3 with 3:54 left in the third. You got to stop the clock, sir. Puck came loose. Noah on the face-off. And since it was a major, we're still on the power play for 1:39. Nick picks the puck and throws it towards the net. It bounces to the near corner. Arvada comes into our zone. Noah sends it out to neutral. Into the offensive end. Goaltender throws it off the far boards. Maddox throws it. Arvada brings it out of their zone. Sent to the center ice. Noah with the steal. Has it poke checked. Bryant picks it up. Skating into offensive zone. Shot goes wide. Picks it back up. Centering pass. Lewis with a shot and a goal! To take the 1-goal lead with 2:16 left in the third period. .204 left in the third period. My guess, there was a Lafayette representative at the. Henrik throws it into the bench. 1:51 left in the third period. There was a Lafayette representative at the shoring booth. My guess is they were telling that we are running short on time, and they're forcing us to have a run clock, which does happen. Bam taking the face off. Lewis throws it to the far boards. Passes out to the blue line. Henrik with a poke check, steals, pushes it into the offensive zone. Lewis lost the handle, and Arvada brings it through the neutral zone into our end. Their goaltender goes off the ice. Up. Bryant getting tied up. They're blowing the whistle. I think that means they're done. 1 minute left in the third period. So I'm guessing Bryant's done. .37 seconds left in the clock. I don't know if we're going to get another puck drop, honestly. This is not how I wanted to win. This is not how I wanted the game to finish, for sure. And 24. Ref's talking to the Arvada bench. And they've just told them to run the clock down to zeros. And your Jags have won the first game of the playoffs. They're just telling the teams to go to the locker rooms. Charlie fist bumps. Goaltenders just want this done. That was a great game to watch until the end. I didn't like how it ended. That's all right. But we come out with a W, and we will play again at 8:15, 8:30, somewhere in there. Until then, thanks. Go Jags.